All right guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna go over the best reel that you can buy for $100. So as fishermen, we all know how expensive everything is. Bass boats are expensive. The technology that you have to keep up with to stay competitive is expensive. Fishing lures are expensive, gas is expensive. So me as an angler, I like to spend the least amount of money, but also get the highest quality gear that I can get. With that being said, in today's video, we're talking about the new Gen 3 Lew's Speed Spool. And right off the bat, this reel is absolutely gorgeous. I love the matte black finish. Let's talk about what they've done externally, talk about what they've done internally, and also we'll do a little bit of comparison from the older model, the Gen 2. Right off the rip, what I noticed is the brand new grips, which I absolutely love. I have the BB1 Pro and it has these grips, and I've always wanted them to incorporate these in their other reels, and they finally have. They've done it on the Gen 3 Speed Spool, which is this reel, and then the Gen 3 Custom and Custom Pro, which I'm super excited for. Another thing that you'll notice is the new half exposed magnetic braking system, which I think I'm gonna like, because on the Gen 2 it's fully exposed, and if you notice, all the numbers for the settings are worn off, which is not that big of a deal, but I think I'm gonna like it better to be able to keep the numbers. I think that's just gonna give the reel a better rating overall for a quality standard. Another thing that you notice is that they've changed up the frame a little bit, which I really like it. It's still an aluminum frame, makes the reel very light. I think this new frame design is a lot more palm fitting for me, so I really enjoy that. Let's talk about what they've done internally. This is a 7 bearing system reel. Very buttery smooth, very smooth reel, which I absolutely, who doesn't like a smooth reel? Another thing internally wise is 15 pounds of drag, which is more than enough that you're ever gonna need for bass fishing. You do not need more than 15 pounds of drag for bass fishing, I promise you. All right guys, so one more thing that I failed to mention is that this reel comes in 4 different gear ratios: a 5:6 to 1, a 6:8 to 1, a 7:5 to 1, and an 8:3 to 1. And what that means is that you can cater this reel on this $100 platform specifically to the types of techniques that you're doing, like throwing a crankbait, throwing an A-rig, throwing a chatterbait, throwing a spinnerbait, flipping and pitching, throwing a frog, all kinds of stuff. Me personally, for all around stuff, I use a 7:5 to 1. For spinnerbaits and chatterbaits, I'm going to use a 6:8 to 1. That's also what I use for my square bills and smaller deep diving crankbaits. Even my deep diving stuff, I don't really get into the 5:6 to 1. Now my frog fishing stuff and my flipping and pitching, I like the 8:3 to 1 to get that lure back to me pretty quick. So it's just nice to have 4 different gear ratios to choose from on one platform. Not to mention that platform is very budget friendly. Weight wise, this reel comes in at 7 ounces, which is very light for a $100 reel. Just to give you a little bit of comparison, the Custom, which is a step up from this reel, is $180, and it's 6.5 ounces. The Custom Pro is $280, and it's 5.5 ounces. So for $100, 7 ounces is very light. If I were to rank the more well-known $100 reels out there, I'm putting this one number 1. This is the best reel for $100 on the market. And I know some of y'all are gonna say, but Lane, the SLX-A. Yes, the SLX-A is a good reel. But what the SLX does not have, that this reel has, is an external magnetic braking system. That is one of the reasons I am putting this reel at number 1 on the $100 reel budget, is because the SLX-A does not have an external magnetic braking system. You have to open up this faceplate and adjust it from the inside, which I don't like that, because I feel like you could easily lose that faceplate or any other parts that are in there. And for the most part, when you're tuning a reel, you're fishing, you're close to water, so it's very easy to lose that stuff, I feel like. So I'm putting this reel number 1 I'm putting the SLX-A number 2 right behind this one. And for number 3, we're going with the Gen 2 speed spool. This is just a good overall workhorse, but for the same price as this one, this reel right here is the best $100 reel that you can buy.